So, Beto,
Yes,
we have 2 endings left.
we do.
One is the one that is required for you to progress to the true ending. Because you actually have not gotten it.
Oh yeah,
You
we
want-
haven't.
What?
Oh, I was just like, oh my god, you're right. We haven't gotten
No,
that.
we have not. Yeah. So, do you want us to guide you on how to get there?
I think what I'm gonna say is, tell me which one it is, and we'll do the other one first, so we get
Okay,
all the
so-
endings.
The one with 3 is the true ending.
Yeah, I figured. All right,
Yeah,
so let's go grab this other one first, real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it won't take long either.
Yeah.
It's just one scene, I guess, is how it's split up.
Let's go.
From the looks of it.
Well, the thing is, I think it's locked.
Really? They've
Yeah.
done everything else, though.
Yeah, I'm not sure. They both looked like they were locked on the flowchart there.
That's what I was doing. Because after the captain's quarters, there is not another choice.
Yeah.
So we have to go back to the previous
What?
Uber. Because we actually have to go through a different set of doors. Yeah, so go to the branch above it. That one.
This one?
One at the bottom.
This one?
Yes.
Cool.
So, we have already been through all of them. This is not incorrect, but we need to go through door 6. Because the way that it branches off is
1, 2, 3, 4.
depending on what doors you have been through, will determine, like, each stage of the doors that you've been through will determine your ending.
Okay.
So, as long as we've done, I think we should be on the right track. As long as it registered that we went through the casino first, then the laboratory, and then now we should be going through door 6.
Well, let me...
Yeah. So if you want to just...
Well, this is taking us to this one. I wanted to do the other one first.
Scroll up.
What even is the other end?
Oh, we need to... Okay,
Start
that
from
one?
the very first one.
Yeah, we might need to switch that. Because we need to go through door 5, and then we need to go through door 8. So if you go to the flowchart from here, after we choose door 5, we might be able to just skip ahead.
Okay. So, 5. No, that's just
Wait.
saying
Hold
that.
on a second.
That's the wrong thing.
This is
That's
just
the
him
wrong
being
decision.
stupid.
That's Junpei being bad at math. I wasn't paying attention.
Okay.
I was just looking at the numbers.
No, you're fine. Okay, so
Okay, so
now that
from
we've
here,
chosen
go
door
into
5,
the flowchart.
we might be able to do it from here. I'm not 100% sure if we have to actually be in the room.
So from
we can
here,
try.
go to
Go to the next choices,
this one.
and we
go
can double
through-
check the flowchart after we load into here. Oh God.
Okay.
So we might have to actually like get into the room before we switch.
So
Yes, I do believe that is correct.
so go
Try
back to
clicking
the
the
first
novel
one.
below that on the right. Go down one, yeah. Click on that. Okay, so that is the 5 doors, so that's correct.
Yeah.
So then go down to the next choice. And that needs to be door 8.
Okay. So that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
So door 8.
Yeah, on the flowchart, I'm checking to make sure that we go on the right page. It's like flipped, so the directions are opposite. It's very confusing.
Lovely. Okay,
know, right?
so
Okay, we might be able to go ahead
open.
from here.
so
And now
from
we
here,
need door 6. So go to the novel choice part.
Yes. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And from here
And
we
then-
go to door
Door 6.
6.
I love how confusing this is.
Okay, door 6.
Okay, and if we can go into the flowchart and check that it. Okay, now we go to door 6 properly and run through it, and we should get the required ending for the true ending.
Well, I wanted to
It
go to
won't
the
be that
other
one.
one first.
Yeah, it might be the one with 3. I'm not 100% sure. It's kind of hard for me to tell with this sheet. Door 6 should be the steam engine in the cargo room.
Okay, so that was knife ending then.
Yes.
Yes.
So-
okay, so this still looks like it's
Yeah, we're on the right track,
okay. So
apparently. Oh, okay, yeah. Keep going. I know why why that one isn't clearing. It's okay.
so what do I do?
Go.
Just go.
Just go.
Go.
We could probably skip ahead, maybe. I'm not sure. Cause yeah, this will get us to door 6.
So
Because the other one I think is the false ending. Which is extremely confusing.
For a second, I thought instead of saying false, you said sauce ending.
I will double check another flowchart just to make sure that I'm not insane. But we should be on the right track. Here we go. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you can just go ahead and skip ahead to the last one, I believe.
to
Yeah, the one on the left.
Yeah.
The left. Left of the left.
what? Huh? To over here?
That one all the way over on the left, right?
No,
No?
the one in this line. For
Oh,
some
okay.
reason. Yeah.
Huh.
Trust me, I don't know either. It's extremely confusing.
It looks like it's still locked though.
Yeah, because we haven't unlocked the proper ending stuff. But according to what I'm finding, we should be on the right track.
I hope so.
Oh yeah, just not 100% a spoiler, but that lock I think that lock only unlocks if you can do the true ending.
Yeah.
I'm on knife ending again. See?
What the fuck?
What the fuck? Okay. Hmm.
Okay, somebody, what
Hold on.
ending? What is the name of the ending we're trying to get?
The safe ending.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Well, that's the one we need to get the true ending.
Yeah, I wanted to get
Yeah.
the other one first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The not
But
the
according
one
to
that
the
we need to get
flowcharts
the
that I'm
true.
seeing, this is the route.
I wanted to get
The other ending is, hang on. I looked
The
it
other
up.
ending is the coffin ending.
Yes.
Is the coffin ending even on the doohickey?
It's
I guess it
it
might be.
is technically, yes, it is.
It's technically an ending. You get it.
Uh-huh.
You get an unlock for it.
But it's also, it's not anything unique to it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we really need to, because it's literally, I can't say without spoilers, but there isn't really anything you'd be missing if we did not
Yeah.
see it.
Hmm.
Like literally nothing.
I'm just wondering because
Okay.
like all of the endings that I'm seeing for this, all of the flowcharts that I'm seeing for the safe ending, need us to go through the 3rd class cabin, the door 5, door
Wait,
8, door 6.
wait, hang on. I feel like I might know what we might have missed.
Oh, do we
At
need to do the
some
story
point-
checks?
we did not. Hang on. I'm gonna put it in here.
If it's a story check, I'm gonna be so mad. Oh yeah.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
that's it.
So, oh god. Beto.
Yes.
So, when we are in, I think we also need to talk to a particular person about a particular topic. So after the freezer, we need to, well, not the freezer because that's the wrong. I need to bring up the more detailed chart. Okay. So we go through the casino, the laboratory, and we need to. I need to know who goes into the laboratory. Oh, yeah. So we need to go into door 8, and we need to do something specific in the escape room.
Okay, so
So that's the second choice.
so which one am I going into?
Oh god. It would be nice if it showed me all of the characters that went into each door. But it doesn't. It's confusing the hell out of me. Here we go. Okay. Okay. Thank you, DeviantArt, for giving me a very detailed list. Okay. So door 5. Then we go through door 8. And door 5 is Snake, Junpei, and 7. Door 8 is Clover, Junpei, and Lotus. Yeah, we need to go through door 8 again.
So
And do the escape room again, unfortunately.
okay, well I can jump straight to the escape room, so
Yes.
is that this one
I
that I'm
think so,
on right
yeah.
now?
Yeah.
I think that should do it. Hopefully.
We have to do something
The
specific. in
laboratory,
the
is that where we're
third
going?
section. Yeah. We might have also yeah, the laboratory specifically.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm also just throwing this up here. I removed the embed, but this is a guide to the endings for 999.
Okay.
Okay. So
I mean, the problem with this is that it's doing the exact same thing we know It's just like there's like we were talking about, there's specific story beats that you have to do correctly to be able to unlock certain paths.
Yeah.
We did the first one correct, and I know that for a fact. So that. Because according to this list that you just sent, for some reason it was registering that we either went through door 4 or door 7.
Oh. Interesting.
Who knows why? I don't know why.
Uchikoshi. No, he probably doesn't even know why.
So
I didn't think that man actually knows anything.
it could be that we actually have to like get into the escape room first.
That actually sounds familiar / correct.
Yeah. So we might need to go back to door 5 and like just hop into the escape room immediately. No, go further down. Yeah. So go in there, go to the first class cabin.
We somehow managed to do this all in the order in which makes getting the true ending the hardest.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Tee whoopsie.
So I have so many tabs open right now. Not even funny. Yes. Unless all of these are lined. It's also possible. Okay. Start. Because we... To do the thing that it's wanting us to do, we have to have gone into door 4. You know? To have the thing.
It's
Because that's one of the story beats.
Yeah.
So since we are in this escape room, I think we should be able to hop into the flowchart and go to door 8. Hopefully.
I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. I'm relying on you guys.
I know it's unfortunate. Go to yeah. I mean, we might be able to just pick door 8 from the flowchart.
So
I'm just confused why it's still showing as locked.
well, hang on. Do we need to go through door 4 or 5 in the beginning?
According to all of the flowcharts that I'm looking at, to get the safe ending, choose door number 5 to go to the first class cabin. Then after the casino, choose door number 8 to go into the lab. Then choose door number 6 to go to the steam engine room.
Huh.
I hope we don't have to actually do the casino again in order to get that specific item.
Yeah. I don't know why we would have to, because that's not even... You know, we already... That was the choice we made. We never went the other choice. You know?
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is that that particular interaction isn't a thing in the safe ending, I don't think. It's only something that happens in the true ending.
Is it?
I think so. Because that becomes a thing when we go through door 1. And we're not going through door 1 as the last one in this line. Oh, I hate this. Okay. So now, go to the flowchart, go to door 8.
I'm through door 8.
Wait, no,
I'm
not
seeing
8.
4, 7, and 1 in that order.
That's for the true ending,
Okay,
not the
But the-
safe ending.
but the option to give the item is at door 7.
Yes, but that's not part of the safe ending. And we're trying to get the safe ending because the safe
thought
ending
it
is
was,
required.
but- Okay.
No.
Okay.
So now we go to door 6.
One, two,
I
three,
thought it
four.
was 2.
All right,
but
7 pieces.
I don't know. Maybe I'm nuts.
I am now in for safe ending 5, 8, and then 6.
Yeah.
And you have to
I'm
to
sorry,
look at
Beta,
the safe.
we're all so confused.
None of us know what's going
We've
on.
had similar problems.
Yeah. It'd be like that.
And then
Okay, so I have chosen door 6.
yes. Which one is that is the question.
Okay, so first one is the engine room.
Yeah.
Second one is the
Then
cargo
it's the cargo
room.
room.
So go to the cargo room.
Safe ending. Choose door number 6 and go to the steam engine room. Yeah, so it's just telling me the first room in that particular thing. So it would be the first one, yeah. Then presumably we would unlock the safe ending.
I sure freaking hope so.
Okay.
So
So go back to the flowchart. Because there's literally only one way to go through this. Unless the safe ending has a specific requirement, but I don't think it does. See? Ending have
5,
a
8, 6.
requirement. Okay. Oh! Oh, this is so stupid. Okay,
So what are we trying? I forgot what the fuck we're doing here.
we need to get the safe ending, which is a required ending, to get the true ending.
Okay.
So
Which
I'm noticing that all of these like little icons are
I think
orange
I
and the other
figured-
ones are white.
I think I figured out what we need to do. And it's stupid. Okay. So, unfortunately, we need to go back to the first class cabin. There is one thing we need to interact with.
Right. Right.
I buy this.
Okay, so
Okay, so. So. Once you are done solving this room, which should be pretty easy because we've already played this, and
I
play the
think-
melody on the piano, we need to go. Yeah, we're correct. Yeah, if you can just go there.
yeah, I can like jump ahead in it.
Yeah.
Hey,
Just
7.
skip this.
What the hell was that? Yeah.
So we need to interact with one particular item after we have unlocked the door.
Oh, that just
Oh.
shows me story.
That's annoying.
Lovely.
Okay. So. Okay.
Okay, so oh
Turn.
god, I need to go through all of it again.
I know. I'm sorry. Grab the base.
I need the base.
Go to the water tub.
Yeah, I'm trying to click the thing. Okay, there's a score. Get the water. No,
Remember.
get the
yeah.
water.
And then unplug the tub after you get the water.
Yeah.
Just for speed. This is the pork note percent.
Any percent.
Pork note percent. Speed run. We're doing it. We're doing it, guys.
Well,
God.
technically, it's not pork note percent because we didn't go to the freezer.
Shh. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
It's the safe percent.
Safe
Yeah,
percent.
safe percent.
Okay. Turn. One's in the bed, under the pillow.
Right. Yeah, blah blah blah.
And then we need to dump the water into the fireplace. Oh boy. Skip it all. I love you, Snake, but we don't have the time.
We're trying to speed run.
Okay. So, you see that safe? That's
Yeah,
on top of the
okay.
cabinet? We need to open that.
This safe is locked. It's one of those dial locks. It doesn't have a key. We just need to get the dials in the right place and it'll open. Did you find anything, 7? Nope. How about you, Snake? I also found nothing. You guys are so
So-
helpful.
Open the cabinet, yeah. And dump the water onto the thing.
Yeah.
Grab the plate. This is so much work.
Okay, there we go.
I love when it makes you tap something like several times. It's so fulfilling because it makes you think that something isn't interactable. Okay. Yep.
Yeah. Blah blah blah.
Sorry, Dizzy Man. You're so dizzy. I feel so bad for you. It's okay. Pet, pet, pet. Then we play on the piano.
Do I have all of the?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Because there are 4 notes in the song. Get the piece of paper.
Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, I don't think we've actually seen this dialogue. Okay.
No, we did. It was, Snake pointing out that the tuning was weird.
Now we play the song. Let me just get. Okay. 3, 4. I have numbers to help.
Okay, thank you.
3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 5. 4, 3. 4, 3. 5, 6. 6, 5, 4, 3.
Thank you.
Yay. Okay.
Woohoo!
The
Do not leave
advantage
the
of
room.
taking notes on puzzles.
Do not leave the room.
Oh.
Go to the safe. And you need to tap the safe twice.
I see.
God.
And then we will see a short conversation.
A safe.
Yeah.
It's a safe. A safe, huh?
Okay.
The exit's open. Yes, strange that we didn't need to open this to achieve our goal. Do you think it's important? It better be! After all of this! I wonder what's in there.
Okay, this is actually the second conversation that we needed. Okay.
It's a safe with a dial lock on it. We won't be able to open it until we know the right numbers. Guess we'll just leave it alone for now and move on.
So would you like to know something fantastic and terrible? The reason that we didn't get the safe ending is because we didn't touch that thing twice.
Ridiculous. So that
Once
was
you've
all we
done this,
needed?
proceed as usual, making sure to go through doors 8 and 6 until you've completed the cargo hold.
God.
Oh my god.
I love this game.
Once
Right.
examine the safe during first class cabin escape, you'll notice that the ending starts to take a pretty drastic turn from the usual knife ending.
Oh my god. Okay, so to here, we pick 8.
Oh, I love you. I love this. I love this game. I love this game. Even if it pisses me off. Uchikoshi, you monster.
1, 2, 3.
And then here we pick door 6. When it gets to the decision, when these two stop fighting.
I love that they hate each other. It just fills me with such joy.
The digital roots don't match up either.
Okay. And then
I hope to God we don't actually have to play through everything.
Yeah.
So we should be able to just skip through everything.
and then eventually it'll stop me.
Yeah. And if it doesn't,
Ideally.
we know we have to play through it. Which is the nightmare scenario. My heart is racing because I'm so oh god, really?
Uh,
That means we have to play through it all.
oh boy.
Oh my god.
So it means we have to play through it all, but so those keys up top, They're
Mhm.
unlocked now. Like all of the threads are unlocked until we get to the next part.
I love
Keep
how
going.
if I zoom into one, it like won't let me zoom back out.
That one's locked for some reason.
Yeah. So
Was that the correct path? Is the question that it's sending us on. Yes.
Well, if we have notes, then we should be able to get it done quick, at least, I hope.
Yeah.
I hope.
So where do I start from?
I would just start in the one that has the locked stuff on it.
Okay, so that's the laboratory. Oh boy. You think I remember what to do in the laboratory? Absolutely not.
We have to set Science Square on fire.
Yeah.
We could just tell you.
Yeah. Cables. Okay, so we needed the cable for the computer, I think. So, yep. Alright, so do that. Clover, can you get me the cable?
Did you get the ethanol already?
No, I don't remember where the ethanol is.
Green lockers.
Ah.
I just pulled up the walkthrough for the
Valid. We already did it once.
Yeah, we already fumbled our way through.
Yeah.
So, Clover, here's the ethanol. So,
Because according to all of the walkthroughs that I'm seeing, this should not have story lock. Which is extremely confusing.
okay, so we got the numbers from Clover.
Because if we have to have played through the entire game with having tapped the safe twice, you know what I mean?
Mm. Oh, right, we needed an adapter. Yep. Need him to realize that we need an adapter, and then we go talk to Clover. And something over here has an adapter, I think.
Yeah.
Is it like back here? Yes. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, and then we go get the adapter from her. And put it on that. And we plug in the computer.
Okay, so you might want to stop.
Hmm.
I have just found a Reddit thread that is saying that we need to actually go through everything
Oh god.
after having checked the save, because it's the dialogue skipping and the moving around the flowchart that's making it not trigger.
God
Right.
damn it. Okay.
I know. So dumb. So dumb.
So I go back
I'm
here.
so sorry,
I
Beta.
do that again. It's
Please let you
okay.
astray.
And we thought we could get through the whole thing tonight.
Oh boy.
Unfortunate.
At least we've looked at all of the dialogue in this section. Ah.
Okay, but like there should not actually be like any reason that we can't skip the dialogue. It's just the flowchart is probably what's fucking it
Yeah,
up.
it's
Yeah.
the flowchart, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially
'cause I'm
since
seeing-
the dialogue skip is, you know, not an
Yeah.
actual skip. It's just a fast forward. Like, it's not
Yeah.
actually missing any flags.
Yeah.
The face. Bathroom. Fill face.
Yeah.
Drain tub.
So in the DS version, it's literally just going through the doors. So it's something specifically to the flowchart.
Ah. Makes sense. Not in here. No, not in here. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. I'm on the wrong item.
At least we've already solved everything.
Yeah.
So this should go quicker.
Oh.
Ike, you said that was it you or was it New? One of you said that the first time you went through the game, you immediately got this ending.
Yeah, it was with a friend. It wasn't
Yeah.
my first time, but it was their first time.
Oh god, I don't remember what one I got first because when I played it, I let somebody else pick what doors we went through.
Okay. Casino. Oh god.
No, I think I got the axe first.
Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. That's an
That's
ending to
fun.
land on. Honestly, I feel like the ending sequence that you got, Beto, is very good. Like the way the endings ended up that we got, just great.
Okay, so.
The fact that it makes us need to do this, not great.
Yeah.
This has got to be the most, for want of a nail, ass ending. We just didn't check the safe enough.
Yeah.
The things we are going through.
At least we don't have to go into the torture room again.
True.
This is the torture room.
This hall is the torture room. This stream.
job do
And
you
Lotus
have?
does
What
her
are you?
thing.
Oh, is this new?
Apparently, 'cause it stopped me.
I'm unemployed at the moment.
Huh.
I used to work for a cybersecurity firm, but I...
Oh yeah,
Yeah, this is new.
yeah, because you just must have picked a different dialogue choice or something.
Why?
Oh.
Lotus blinked.
Huh? Oh. It was just... something.
She stopped typing for a moment, and her face fell.
I see.
This was not an avenue of questioning to be pursued, Junpei realized, and quickly shut his mouth. Hey, Junpei having a moment of awareness.
Just
Is
one.
this because we learned about her daughters, maybe?
Maybe.
I wonder.
Lotus's fingers began to move again, and in a few seconds she was back up to speed. As she typed, more letters and symbols that meant nothing to Junpei began to pour across the screen.
Oh, what are you doing now?
Lotus voice, I'm in.
I'm going to try and brute force it.
Brute what?
A brute force attack is... well, the short version is that I just attack the thing head on. The long version?
Junpei doesn't know what brute force means.
Nope.
Without looking up or slowing down, she began to explain. I'm just thinking of when I watched my friend play Ghost Trick and we had like a running list of all the things that Sissel doesn't know.
Well, there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
A brute force attack is one of the simplest ways to break a cipher. It checks every possible combination until it finds the right one. For a complex cipher, it can take a very long time. I'm writing a program that would run an attack like that on its own. It's not the most elegant solution, certainly. But given the circumstances, there isn't much else I can do.
Even as she talked, her fingers never slowed or missed a key. Junpei couldn't help but feel a little odd.
Oh, but back to what we were talking about earlier.
What were we talking about?
The wireless display? It's kind of strange if you think about it, isn't it? How do I put it? Well, let's say you write a program that calculates an addition problem for you, all right? So you enter 1 + 1. The screen will show you 2. See? Isn't that strange?
No? Not really.
Oh, come on now. Of course a caveman like you would think it was strange. You said that just a minute ago.
Mean to him.
You're just not getting it, are you? Who calculated 1 + 1?
The main computer, right? You said it connected to the monitor wirelessly.
Yeah, but someone who grew up in a cave wouldn't know that, right? They'd probably think that this thing here, the monitor, is doing the calculating. And once they've decided that, they'll start examining this monitor. They might poke the screen or something. Ah, I see the color changes when I press it here. Then they might investigate the hardware on the inside. Oh, I see. So this wire supplies the power. Eventually, they might even cut the wires. Ah, yes. Just as I expected. When this wire is cut, no results appear. Therefore, it must be this device which does the calculations.
Oh.
But the truth is that, just like you said, the computer is doing the calculating. But these cave people wouldn't know that, because they have no idea that the monitor and the computer are connected wirelessly.
Lotus continued to type. Junpei scratched his head.
So, what are you trying to say?
Nothing, really. It's just, I thought maybe. What if the relationship between human beings and our brains is like that?
Huh?
Well, let's say you stick a bunch of electrodes into parts of the brain. A scientist examining the signals they send out might say, interesting. So stimulating this part of the brain causes the person to see colors. That must mean this neuron cluster controls that function. Okay, let's see what happens when I cut out this part. Ah, just what I thought. Cutting off this part causes that function to cease. Therefore, human thought processes must occur in the human brain. See? Doesn't it sound the same? Maybe the brain is just an output device, like this monitor. Maybe our thought processes actually occur somewhere else, in a main body. We just don't know.
Morphogenetic fields.
Never even think about it. Just like those cave people wouldn't know about wireless communications, we can't imagine that there's some unknown medium that transfers information into our brains, where we experience that information as thoughts.
Junpei didn't say anything. Not so much because he had no retort. No, her argument just seemed silly, and he was a little surprised to be hearing something like it from someone like her.
The brain is just an output device. Human thought actually occurs somewhere else. That's just crazy talk.
Did Lotus really think that, he wondered? It was a little creepy, Junpei thought. It sounded altogether too much like a bizarre cultish religion.
Maybe that's the cause of Seven's amnesia.
Oblivious to Junpei's increasing discomfort, Lotus continued.
If memory is actually stored somewhere else, in some sort of main body somewhere, maybe he hasn't forgotten anything at all. He's just having a difficult time accessing his memories because the monitor, his brain, has been damaged.
Huh.
I suppose that would explain aphasia and blindsight.
Junpei just like politely nodding along at this point.
Perhaps they actually can't speak or see.
Like, interesting. Get me out of here.
The monitor just isn't functioning properly.
She really is a tech bro.
Prosopagnosia could be suffering from the same thing.
Wait a minute. What?
He knew what aphasia was from watching medical dramas on TV, and blind sight was easy enough to guess, but he'd never heard the word prosopagnosia before.
Heck, I'm sending you
You've never
something.
heard of prosopagnosia?
Lotus spun around in her chair to look at him. Junpei just shrugged and shook his head.
No. What is it?
Well, put simply,
Oh,
it means a condition where the mind can't distinguish between human faces. In other words, my face would look the same as Clover's or even yours, so they can't remember faces, which is how most people recognize each other. That means that people with prosopagnosia have trouble recognizing even people they're close to. Usually they can make do by associating people with other things. Their voices, their clothes, their hair.
Does that mean other people's faces look like blanks?
No, I don't think so. Well, you've seen monkeys, like in a zoo, right?
I'm sending you something else.
To you and me, all the monkey faces look the
We're
same.
all just like communicating behind the scenes so that we don't
Sorry,
spoil
Nada.
video.
I mean, I kind of figured that was going on.
Even though they've obviously got faces, it's almost impossible for a human to distinguish between them. The zoo staff that works with them.
I like how apparently we're gonna, if we edit this
You or I could.
so that it's the Benny Hill theme through all of this stuff we're skipping over, we're just gonna stop in the middle for this conversation and then continue with the Benny Hill theme.
Oh, please.
That's
Excellent.
how people would be to someone with prosopagnosia.
Prosopagnosia. Huh. I didn't even know that kind of thing existed.
Junpei did his best to act as though the entire lecture hadn't gone entirely over his head.
And, what were we talking about?
The idea that your brain is just an output device, like a monitor.
Are you serious about that stuff?
Not really. I was just kidding for about half of it.
What about the other half?
Well, I guess I was just adulting.
Not funny.
Come on, Junpei, that's your kind of joke.
Lotus's smile had something rather masochistic to it.
It's nothing more than a story I made up out of boredom. Take it seriously. It was the first thing that came to mind, and I just talked about it to kill time. But looks like I don't need to talk anymore.
Why?
I don't have to kill time any longer.
As she spoke, Lotus raised her right arm high and brought it down on the enter key.
Oh, then you finished
Gotta
that
do it
brute
dramatically.
whatever thing?
I certainly did. And let's see what we got.
Chunks of text flickered on and off in quick succession, and then a line of numbers appeared, blinked, and disappeared. The screen cleared, and all that was left was the word accepted.
Piece of cake.
Lotus would clearly have patted herself on the back if it would not have made her look entirely ridiculous. After a few seconds, the accepted disappeared to be replaced with 9 squares, arranged
We
in a
might be
3x3
able to-
square.
The screen changed
Skipping
again. What the hell is that?
No
Jim.
idea. Looks like a puzzle.
Suddenly, Lotus stood up.
Huh?
She's
Aren't you
like,
gonna,
"Your turn now."
I don't know, do more computer stuff?
Yep.
No, I can't do anymore. It won't let me do any more programming. See? The keyboard. Nothing. So, there's nothing more I can do. Well, I guess I'll leave this to you then, Junpei.
What?
Let me take a break, all right? I did my part.
Well,
He wasn't sure what to say to that. She certainly had done her part. In fact, without Lotus, they probably would have run completely aground. I shouldn't rely on other people so much, Junpei thought to
I
himself.
guess you're right. Thanks, Lotus.
No problem. And make sure you know when you should thank people.
Now, I better take care of this myself. No more relying on anyone else.
Junpei crossed his arms and stared at the puzzle shown on the screen. The thing we got from Clover was...
This is the lab, correct?
Yes.
No, go back into it. I'll just bring up both.
Okay.
Top left. Top right. Bottom right. Center.
Nice. Alright. I solved it. Yay!
Unlock maneuver.
Got keys. Got the activation key.
Okay. Yay, we can skip things
I
now.
wanted to ask you something.
Hello.
Oh.
Junpei, you went into door 5 with my brother, right? Did you hear him say, like, anything weird?
Huh?
Why is she asking me this? Junpei wondered. The more he thought about it, however, the more it made sense. Snake had been gone for a long time. Clover was quite attached to her brother. Of course she would have been worried about him.
Well, let me think.
He thought back to when he'd gone through door 5, hoping he might remember something, even a small something that would help her. However...
Sorry, Clover. I can't really think of anything. I mean, he did mention that his hearing exceeds that of a regular person, or something like that, but that's about it.
Okay.
Clover's words were barely audible. She nodded vaguely to Junpei and turned to walk away.
Hey, wait a minute. Look, I don't know if I should ask you things, but if you don't mind, I was hoping you could tell me if, is Snake, was he born...
You're talking about his eyes?
Yeah.
No, he wasn't born blind. When he was a kid, he got in an accident. A really bad car accident.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I'm going to step away from my computer. I'll still be on my headset, so I will be right back.
Okay.
He couldn't see after that. And his arm.
His arm?
Yeah. My brother's left arm is, it's not like a normal person's arm. It's fake. It's not a real arm. The accident hurt him really bad. To save him, they had to cut off his arm.
Oh.
I see.
Is that all you wanted to ask me?
Talking about her brother had clearly taken a great deal out of Clover. Junpei nodded.
Look, I'm sorry for making you talk about all that painful stuff.
It's not that.
Clover only shook her head and walked off down the stairs. Well then.
Well, now Doctor Who makes a compelling
Oh,
case
hello.
against statues.
More new dialogue.
Also, yes, that is true.
Ain't that what I just said? I'm talking about the Jupiter key. We found it in the operating room. Here.
Seven tossed something small and metallic toward
Whoa.
Junpei.
Nice catch.
Jeez.
Didn't this happen before?
No,
We caught it and found that the object was a key.
we've never seen Seven
See,
laugh.
So this is
It's kind of depressing.
On it, someone had engraved a symbol very similar to a 4. He looked over at June, who nodded back. It had to be the Jupiter symbol.
I'm gonna let you hold on to that, alright?
Yeah, on it.
Well, I've got something for you too then. Here, it's the Saturn key card. We found it in the kitchen. I might lose it. It's probably better if you hold on to it. That way it won't be my fault if it gets lost.
Yeah, on it.
And with that, she pressed it into Junpei's hand. He felt slightly less than honored.
So how many unused keys do we have now?
There's the Earth key we found in the laboratory, the Jupiter key you just gave me, and the Saturn key card from Lotus. I'll keep them safe.
Junpei tucked the new keys into his pocket. June spoke up.
The Jupiter key is supposed to be for the door at the end of that long, straight hallway.
Okay, yeah,
Okay, cool.
we're skipping stuff again. I could have sworn that exact thing. Whatever.
Part of it happened, just not Seven laughing. So we're gonna see Snake's body.
Aha.
Oh, yes.
You should pause it.
Why are we from? Oh.
So we can take a closer look.
Yeah.
Just skimming this.
Just like the night with Detonator in his... Oh god. The bone is coming out of his left arm.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely an open fracture.
Oh, the fate.
Yeah, can't...
What was it that Clover just said about Snake?
The clove?
No mistake about it.
And
Hey, Junpei, are you gonna notice that something's wrong?
No.
They stood there
Yes.
for a few more minutes, no one speaking, until Santa turned and walked away from the winch. Junpei and Ace followed him.
You know, speaking of experiments,
Santa suddenly
Oh?
stopped. Here we go.
there was this experiment some
Here
scientists
we
did
go.
with rats.
The obligatory.
Info dumb!
First, they took a
Yay!
squarish C-shaped tank and filled it with enough water that the rats could drown in it. The tank has 2 exits. Just to make it easy, we'll call one A and the other B. Exit A is pitch black, so dark even a rat can't see anything. But exit B is electrified, which means the rat can't leave through it. So, what would a rat do if it was put in this situation? Which exit would the rat choose?
There was a moment of silence after Santa posed the question, and then Ace responded.
B, of course. The rat has no way of knowing that exit B is electrified.
Exactly. The rat goes to exit B. Of course, like I said, it's electrified, which means the rat can't get out that way. So, after a lot of trial and error, the rat finally finds exit A.
I can't say that's very interesting or relevant. It's simply the story of a
What do you mean? I love to hear about
laboratory
rats.
You're
True,
right.
rats are
It
always
isn't very
relevant.
Man's
interesting.
so rude about rats. I love rats.
Rats.
See,
Where the
these
rats?
scientists repeated this
We
experiment
pray
over
and
and
we
over,
stalk at night. Where the rats?
using hundreds of different rats over several generations. This produced some surprising results. With each generation, the rats took less time to find the correct exit. Eventually, a rat was put in the tank who instantly chose exit A without even attempting to go
And
to
the
exit
name of
B.
that lab was Nim.
But that wasn't the most impressive part. The same experiment was conducted in another laboratory, far from the original one, with the same results. No, on second thought, the results weren't really the same. The rats in this second experiment began the trials with significantly faster times than the first rats in the initial one. These rats weren't related to the others and had never even come in contact with them. And yet, they all easily found their way to exit A as though they already knew. What did it mean?
Are you suggesting something like telepathy? They were passing information to
Rats
one another through
telepathy.
some undetectable medium?
Ace looked skeptical. Santa snorted at him.
How the hell would I know? I'm not any kind of scientist. I don't know what made him do that. But I do know that story's true. And if you've got another explanation, I'd sure love to hear it. Come on, let's get going. There's still a lot here we haven't checked out. And we gotta get the hell out of here before June passes out.
Without waiting for a response, he turned around and started walking. Junpei, however, wasn't quite ready to leave the topic alone.
Hey, wait. There's something I want to ask you.
What?
Santa stopped and turned around.
Why did they use that tank for the experiment?
Huh?
Well, I mean, it seems like you could conduct the same experiment without the water. They could have just used a dry box, you know? If they needed to motivate the rats to escape, they could have, I don't know, put some bait by exit B or something. I mean, do they really have to make it so the rats can drown?
Santa gave a grim bark of a laugh.
You know, the word emergency comes from the same root as the word emerge. You ever think about that? Huh? Well, an emergency is something urgent, often something dangerous. And to emerge means to sort of come out, or appear, or rise out of something else. So what's going to
To
emerge
break out
in
of
an
your egg.
emergency? Inspiration.
Inspiration?
Yeah. Think about it. When the chips are down, either you crack or your mind focuses and pulls up what you need.
So in an emergency, your real potential emerges. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. That's why the rats had to
Yes.
drown. They had to be in danger. There had to be an emergency for inspiration to emerge.
Oh.
Junpei suddenly felt cold. The back of his head was aching, and his stomach felt strange. Anyways.
Anyways,
Uh,
have parents.
Fantastic Fox.
They bought it in an
hello.
accident when we were still kids.
Hmm.
So I had to be like her dad. And that meant that I bought her Christmas presents every year. Christmas Eve, I'd leave the present next to her pillow. And the next morning, she'd come running into my room with this big smile. Look, Santa left me a present. He got me that doll I really wanted. I'm so glad he got my letter. She was always so excited. I was the one who told her to write those letters. I'd say, write down something you want and mail it to Santa. The address I gave her was somewhere in Northern Europe that doesn't exist. Anyway, she'd write the letter and stamp it and send it out.
Someone should tell him that there are, like, actual letter to Santa places.
Well, then
And
he
then a
wouldn't
few
have
days
known
later,
what
it'd
she
show
wanted.
up back in the mailbox marked
True.
address unknown. I'd open the letters before she figured out they'd been sent back. Once I had the letter, I'd go around to a couple stores with some money I'd saved up over the year and buy her the stuff she'd asked for. It took a lot of saving, but I managed to buy her presents every year.
Huh.
Junpei was silent. He could think of nothing to say.
Huh.
June looked down, uncomfortable. The wall next to him suddenly groaned. Either he hadn't heard the sound or didn't care. Santa kept talking.
But one year, her letter was different. She didn't write a list of toys she wanted or anything like that. Instead, it said, I don't want any presents this year. Instead, I want you to make my wish come true. My wish is that we'll be happy like this for a really, really long time. That was it. Nothing else. But I couldn't make that wish come true. Some Santa I am.
Santa looked sad. Junpei had never seen him look sad before. He wasn't sure he liked it. Junpei decided it was probably best not to ask Santa any more questions. But
What happened?
June glanced up at Santa quickly as she spoke. He answered, but only with an effort.
She died. She was killed 9 years ago.
Oh.
There was nothing Junpei could say. His heart felt like a great lump of lead. June bit her lip and looked away. Her face was pale.
All right, let's go.
Santa stood up suddenly, his downcast demeanor gone. He shoved the picture back in his pocket and headed back up the stairs, taking them two at a time.
Huh?
Junpei and June looked at one another. There was nothing they could think of to say.
Hey, what are you two doing? Let's get moving, come on!
Santa's voice echoed across the room from above them.
Let's go.
Yeah.
They nodded and followed him quickly up the stairs. Ace was waiting for them at the top. He was leaning against the handrail. He looked very tired.
Oh, you're finally back.
And we're good. Oh, just then, Junpei heard a noise. He spun around, just in time to see June collapse in front of the fence.
Hey! June, are you okay?
She did not respond. Junpei spun back around to face Ace.
I'm sorry, I gotta go check on her. You finish the box thing, alright? Just put the cards in the boxes. I'm counting on you.
He shoved the cards into Ace's hands and ran off toward June.
Are you alright? What happened?
Junpei called out to her as he ran.
Can you stand?
As he arrived, June was climbing to her feet with Santa's help.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm fine. I just tripped.
Don't give me that. Now is not the time.
But it's true. I tripped over a box.
Just let me see for a sec.
Junpei put his palm on her forehead.
Huh.
You're still warm.
Her temperature was much the same as it had been the last time he'd checked. She wasn't hot like she'd been before, but she was still warm. Her fever wasn't completely gone.
I saw her fall. I think she really did just trip on something, you know?
Junpei would have been more willing to agree if June hadn't needed quite so much help standing up.
Still, to fall down like that? I think she's probably still a little messed up.
June was doing her best to busy herself brushing dust off of her dress. Her smile looked a little embarrassed and her face was a bit flushed, but she did look a great deal better than she had. Still.
All right, well, let's just get out of here as fast as we can so we can get you to a hospital.
Oh, I don't think it's anything that serious. I just need a little medicine and some sleep, and I'll be fine.
Medicine? Medicine, huh? Well, if we could get in touch with anyone outside, I'll bet Ace could swing that for you easy.
Ace? Why?
Huh? Don't you know? He's the president of a pharmaceutical company.
And where did you learn that?
Cradle Pharmaceuticals is the name, I think. Their flagship product is an anesthetic drug called Soparil.
Soparil. Soparil. I've heard of that before somewhere.
He heard it on the grapevine.
Junpei couldn't shake the feeling that he'd heard about Soparil before. Santa continued.
Soparil. It's an anesthetic that's a gas at room temperature. A lot like how nitrous oxide is. It takes only a few seconds to spread, and even a small amount is very effective. A bunch of countries quickly accepted it for widespread use within their police and military forces. It was an effective crowd suppressant and room clearer. It was practical, ethical, and the humane nature of it made it the ideal drug. It's been around for about 6 years. They developed it from the extracts of several different roots. It became popular almost as soon as it was made public, with many governments placing large orders. Demand for Soparil skyrocketed, and of course that meant Cradle Pharmaceuticals' stock did too.
Why do you know all of this?
Santa's information was interesting, but Junpei couldn't help but feel a little suspicious. Well, he did play with this company's stocks. Santa's reply was blunt and simple.
I heard it from the old man himself.
From Ace? When?
By the number 4 door at the central stairway, when we were searching the second-class room. Remember how Snake, Seven, and you went to door 5? It was back then. I asked him what he did for a living, and he said he ran his own company. After that, we just started talking, and I guess it just came up, you know?
Huh.
Somehow I doubt it was actually mentioned.
Are you worried about something?
No, nothing.
As he spoke,
Nothing at all.
Junpei looked over toward Ace. He seemed to be having difficulty with the 9 boxes.
What the hell is he doing?
He turned back to June and Santa.
June, don't push yourself, all right?
Yes.
Santa, could you take care of her? I'll go check on Ace. Looks like he's having trouble.
Sure.
He gave them both a short nod and then turned and headed toward Ace.
What are you doing?
Ace's back was to him as Junpei approached. The older man turned around to look at him. His face was pale and covered in sweat.
What happened?
Nothing. My vision has gotten rather blurry, I think, because of fatigue. I can't see very well at the moment.
What can't you see well?
These pictures.
Ace held the cards out to Junpei, splayed out in the shape of a fan.
I don't care to admit it, but I may be developing presbyopia. Growing old is a difficult thing.
He made the best attempt he could at a self-deprecating smile, but his face was flushed and his lips were pale and drawn.
At any
For
rate,
some
I'll
reason,
leave the
I
rest
thought
to
he
you.
sounded like Clint McElroy there in his delivery of that.
I'm feeling awfully
Oh,
tired,
that's
so if you
funny.
don't mind, I'd like to rest for a bit.
You can
Just
kind of hear
for-
it, right?
Yeah, I can kind of hear it.
Yeah, a little bit. Just for knowledge, presbyopia is the gradual loss of your eye's ability to focus on nearby objects.
Ah. He shoved the cards into Junpei's hands and walked quickly away. Junpei looked at him quizzically.
How could simply looking at cards have tired him out?
Junpei looked down at the cards in his hands.
Okay, Mr. Perfect Vision.
All of the pictures were quite clear, and each person easily recognizable. Was Ace's vision truly so bad? I mean, if I move my glasses down, I can barely tell who most of them are.
Yeah, I can tell. If I look without my glasses, I can tell who Santa and Clover are. And
yeah,
maybe,
that's basically
maybe Lotus.
it.
Let me see.
It also depends on how far away I am. Yeah. But it's mostly the colors that I'm relying on.
Everybody else
With
has
my
like brownish
glasses?
or blackish
Aw.
hair, and then
Yeah.
Santa and Clover are there with their super bright
Yeah.
hair colors.
Yeah. I
With
probably
my-
would be able to recognize Seven because of his beanie.
True.
It's just covered by text, so
Yeah.
But if it wasn't,
Junpei and the
What made
Ninth
him
Man
so
look very
uncomfortable?
similar without my glasses on.
Yeah, it's weird. That was when Junpei remembered what he'd heard from Lotus much earlier.
Prosopagnosia. Well, put simply, it means a condition where the mind can't distinguish between human faces. In other words, my face would look the same as Clover's or even yours, so they can't remember faces, which is how most people recognize each other. That means that people with prosopagnosia have trouble recognizing even people they're close to.
maybe he's got prosopagnosia?
Junpei took another look at Ace. He sat at the base of the stairs, looking quite depressed.
Well, he looks depressed enough to have it.
If he really did have prosopagnosia, there was no doubt it was a depressing and painful experience. Still, Junpei didn't feel like patting him on the shoulder and telling him everything would be alright would help that much. Still, Junpei felt perhaps it was best he keep Ace's condition to himself, at least for the time being.
Oh well.
Doing his best to clear his mind for the task at hand, he turned back toward the boxes.
Time to solve the 9 boxes puzzle.
Okay,
Oh,
Junpei
yes.
and June ran to the large hospital room together. As quickly as they could, they searched around and under the beds and in the corners.
She's not here.
No, she isn't.
Alright, just in case, we should go take a look in the shower room.
Shower room?
That's where her brother is. She might have gone to see him.
June bit her lip. She knew, as Junpei did, that there was only one thing to see in the shower room, and it wasn't pleasant.
Well, we might as well check, right? Let's go.
There was a screwdriver stuck between the door and the frame.
Good. We can still get in.
We should thank Seven later.
Junpei and June slipped through the door, moved down the hallway, and stepped into the shower room.
No luck.
Yeah, I don't think she's here.
June's voice was faint, and she placed her hands over her mouth. Her face looked a little green.
The smell is horrible.
The stench in the room was almost unbearable. Yeah, I bet. It had grown far more unpleasant since their last visit. I bet. If Junpei had eaten a lunch, he would have had difficulty retaining it. He wanted to leave the room as soon as possible, but he had to be sure. And the only way to be sure was to check the other side of the divider.
Let's check the back, just to be sure.
Jun offered no resistance and nodded weakly to Junpei as he headed around the divider. He stopped at the corner and turned his head.
Oh, she's not here.
As he'd expected, Clover was nowhere to be seen. The only thing on the other side of the divider was a dead body, lying in a reddish-brown puddle of dry and drying blood.
Snake. Just where did
At least
your
they
sister
didn't
go?
compare it to Italian food.
Junpei whispered to what once was Snake. He'd asked rhetorically, of course, as there was no way he'd get an answer. He gave a deep sigh.
Such a horrible way to go. The skull shattered, the left arm's hideously twisted. Huh? Wait.
There we go.
Hey.
The bright
And
white
this
of the...
is why we didn't get the proper
The bright white of the ulna was clearly visible through the remains of skin and muscle. Bright white ulna.
Bones.
bones.
Pieces fell into
Bones.
place. Bones.
It's not.
Oh,
Wait,
Boneless
dude, I'm
snake.
trusting you. It's not. Come
Junpei
on.
remembered something Clover had told him in the laboratory.
My brother's left arm is, it's not like a normal person's arm. The accident hurt him really bad.
Of course. Of course. Why didn't I realize it earlier?
Because you're dumb.
Yeah. Clover
Because
had told
the plot
Junpei
required you to not notice.
that Snake's left arm was prosthetic. But the left arm of the corpse behind the divider was quite clearly a real human arm, or at least it had been once. That meant the corpse...
Jumpy?
Jun's unsure voice at Junpei's suddenly strange behavior drew his attention back to her.
Oh, sorry for making you wait. Let's go.
Are you going to do anything with this realization?
Her snaps.